Every summer, my extended family and I go on a camping trip that usually ends with someone swearing off civilization forever, or at least swearing off camping until next year. This year, the cast of characters included my cousin Dave, who, despite being a grown man with a mortgage and 2 kids, has a completely irrational fear of bears, and, for some reason, marmots. Dave had spent the weeks leading up to the trip sending us articles with headlines like "Bear Eats Entire Family," "Only Survivor Was at Walmart," and "Top 10 Ways to Tell a Bear You're Not Food." We all just assumed he'd bring an industrial-sized air horn and maybe a bear bell or 2. But on the first night, as we were setting up camp, Dave showed up with a jumbo bottle of honey. When asked, he announced, very confidently, that he had devised a plan to use reverse psychology on any bears. His logic, if you can call it that, was that since bears love honey, if he covered himself in it, the bears would assume it was obviously a trap and stay away. We tried to poke holes in this theory, but Dave was already halfway through slathering himself like a breakfast pastry, mumbling something about outsmarting nature. About 15 minutes later, Dave was basking in his sticky glory when a buzzing sound began to build like the world's worst crescendo. No bears appeared, but a swarm of bees did, apparently very interested in the human honey dispenser who had just checked into their territory. Chaos ensued. Dave ran through the campsite, arms flailing, tripping over coolers and narrowly missing Aunt Linda's portable grill. At one point, he tried to rinse off in the lake, only to discover he was now both sticky and muddy, which somehow seemed to anger the bees even more. As we all watched Dave sprint into the woods, pursued by a cloud of bees and regret, my brother leaned over and said, "Well, he wanted to avoid bears, but it looks like he just couldn't handle the buzz."